Hi, I'm Andrea,
And I'm Larry, and
and
we
we're
are
the
the
Griffins
Griffins of
of
Amazing
Amazing Marriages.
Marriages.
Well, today is Veterans Day, a very special day where we honor our veterans. So happy Veterans Day to all those who have served or is serving our country very proudly. We thank you for your sacrifices and we thank you for your service. We really, truly appreciate you. Today, we're going to be discussing PTSD, that's post-traumatic stress syndrome, as it had its effect on our relationship and being married to a spouse who is struggling with PTSD, and some of the ways that my husband supported my journey. I am the veteran, I'm an Army veteran, and I have struggled with depression and anxiety as a result of post traumatic stress syndrome. I chose a 3-tier approach. I'm a Christian, so I used the Word of God. I found devotions that spoke to whatever I was journeying, whether it was anxiety, depression. The other part of the tier was therapy. I have a therapist, and the third tier was medication. And I will put a disclaimer out there. It looks different for everyone. There is, and those of us who struggle and who are in the military or out of the military that struggle with PTSD, we know that it is not a one size fits all. There's not a broad stroke of a brush. And what we're discussing today is how we partnered in my journey with PTSD. So I'm going to turn it over to Larry, and he's going to share the effects that it had on him, and or I'm going to leave it open to what he wants to share about it. The support that he learned, the support that he gave me, and the things that he learned during this journey.
Well, thank you, Andrea. And this is a very interesting topic. And believe it or not, it affects many, many families and relationships. And PTSD is something that I didn't know too much about until we were faced with it. But I would say I love Andrea, and whatever she's going through, whatever she needs, I'm there for her. And so I had to really try to understand what she was dealing with, because it definitely affected her, and as a result, it affected me as well. So I really took the time to understand some of the challenges and issues she was dealing with, and really just tried to be supportive for her, to let her know that she's not alone through this journey, because it is a journey, and obviously it affects people in different ways. As Andrea had mentioned, she was dealing with depression and anxiety, and I would say, it took a toll. But thank God we have been working to get through it, and we're still working on it together. I would say the key thing is to understand that this is an illness that it happens. It happens to many people, but I want Andrea to know that I love her and I'm here with her, that she's not alone, because the person who's dealing with it really has to have support. And they really need the spouse or the other significant other family members and friends to be supportive during this process, and let them know that they're not alone. And once you do that, that makes a big difference. But it's also important that through this journey that you have to be supportive of, as Andrea mentioned, she has the 3-pronged approach, her spirituality. So I was there with her, praying for her, being there to support her and to encourage her. She has a therapist that she attends, so I encourage her to go.
And you actually went with me to have a better understanding.
I sure did.
So what was that like?
It was very enlightening, Andrea, because I haven't, like I say, not familiar with that, and to understand some of the issues you were dealing with, it brought things to the point where I understood. Because sometimes I didn't understand what was going on with you during those times, but it really helped me to understand the challenges you were dealing with and facing.
And that there was nothing you could do to fix it.
Exactly. But to be supportive and to encourage her and to love her. So that's what I got from it. And through that whole process, and encourage you to take your medication ask you, have you taken your medication today?
That's right, yeah.
So those types of things, it really makes a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in this journey. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. And having him accompany me in the very beginning, because my PTSD was actually triggered by an event, and having him there to be open and to be honest and say, I don't know what I'm dealing with. And for, my therapist to be able to share some things and give him knowledge, and for me it relieved that it was just not in my head, and that this was actually an episode that was beyond my control. Because one of the things that we want people to know, or I would say I would want people to understand as a veteran, is that a mental illness, anxiety, depression, is no different from a physical illness. And when we have loved ones who have a physical illness, we're first in line to take them to the doctor. And but when you're dealing with something that you can't see the wounds and the scars and the triggers on the inside. But we need to give it the same credence that we give physical illness. We need that support. I need my husband to not fix me, but to partner with me on the journey, and to be open to understanding what I was experiencing. So
you bring up a good point, Andrea, because it's so easy. Because a lot of times on the outside, the person looks fine.
Right.
You say, I don't understand. I don't see anything physically wrong. So why are you acting this way? Woman up or man up. You should be okay. But it's not that simple.
Good point.
It is a very illness that needs attention.
Yes.
And it doesn't end or can be resolved overnight.
No.
It's still an ongoing journey, as we talked about
Therapy
before.
is like peeling back the layers of, I feel like an onion. I've been able to peel back a lot of layers, and I've been able to really have some resolutions and to discover of what some of my triggers were. So yeah, I highly recommend therapy. Like I said, every case is different. It's not a one size fits all, but find what works and work it. That's my best advice. So we just wanted to thank you. We wanted to share with you, for us, it's about being transparent. It's about being authentic. This is a real issue and concern in our society today. And we're no longer living in the shadows.
Right.
It's no longer that black stain that you can just, usher away or ignore. I mean, mental illness, depression, anxiety is real. And having the support system, my mom, family members, and friends, I would not be here if it were not for that support. So we just wanted to share that with you and give you a little insight. And
we like to, again, to the veterans, thank you so much for your service. Happy Veterans Day. And we really appreciate all you sacrifice for us. And we just want to say,
keep being amazing.
amazing.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.